Welcome to another episode of Political Perspective today. My name is Ifani Okali. With me here today is the Deputy Speaker of the 10th Assembly, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, in a short while, you rose from a non-ranking member of the Parliament to become a presiding officer. What would have attributed this career success to?
Thank you very much. The progression in my career is occasioned by the confidence that the electorates, my constituents, have in my leadership style, leadership culture, and selfless service to the people of Federal constituency. Because at the end of the day, that is where it starts, or that's where it started. If they did not vote for you, you will not be even a first-time member, talk more of being a second-time member, a ranking member, and a president officer. So credit goes to the people who voted for me. The next is dedication to this. If you are given an assignment to do, give it all your best, give it the shot, take it seriously, especially when it's something you are holding in trust. Leadership is doesn't belong to those who occupy any position it occupies. It belongs to those who gave them the position through their votes. So based on that, you have to be accountable. You have to be transparent. You have to make sure that at all time that you are accessible and that you don't leave, a bundle of ambiguities around what you do, how you do it, when you do it. Let people be able to define you at all time, that this is what you stand for and this is what you're going to do next. And when you match your words with action over a period of time, you build confidence and trust. And it will make the trustees, to have more confidence in you, that this man has a lot to offer, and you who is holding their trust. Actually, you are the trustee. They are the one who has reposed their trust in you. You show them that they've not wasted their time by handing over their trust into your hand. And the next is to make sure you render your service with the fear of God. I don't fail to show at all times that I'm a believer. I believe in God, and no matter the height I get to in life, I will always bring the God factor. That has always helped me. His grace that is sufficient. Because the Bible says it is in Him we live, it is in Him we move, and it is in Him we have our being. And it says promotion cometh not from the east or west, it cometh from the Lord. You find out that power belongs to Him. He's the one who casts one down and leaves another one. He's the one who can raise one from the dunghill and put him on the throne. So it's when you are conscious of the fact that there are factors that has placed you in that position and you don't have control over those factors. One, the people, and then secondly, God factor. You have to be conscious, to ensure that you please them. You please the people, put God first, people second, and you third. And also being specific. The job that we do at the Parliament demands engagement, interaction with other colleagues from all walks of life, professionals from different walks of life, people from different backgrounds, cultures, religion, and language. So when you come in contact with them, you don't discriminate. You should not discriminate. You should not throw your opinion far and above theirs. You should not try to, force your belief down their throat. You should not make it obvious that you're from a segment of the country to the exclusion of all other. Be a Nigerian, because the position you're holding is a Nigerian position. It's not a southeastern position, the Igbo's position. And that's why you see me sometimes I wear Yoruba outfits, sometimes I wear Hausa outfits, sometimes I wear Igbo outfits, sometimes I wear contemporary English outfit, just to neutralize the boundaries, the borderlines that created by our cultures, created by our language, created by our beliefs. And I like the national anthem recently that said, "Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand." And I tell you the truth, I don't feel uncomfortable in the midst of the Hausas and the Fulanis. I don't feel uncomfortable in the midst of the Yorubas or the Afiks or the Bibios. And that is what Nigeria needs. It's about time we dissolve these borderlines called tribe and begin to see each other as Nigerians. If you must lead Nigeria, if you must be a leader in Nigeria, be a Nigerian in spirit and in truth. And that's why when I introduce myself in the house, I always say, I am Benjamin Okezie Kalu, representing the people of Nigeria, but starting from Bende Federal Constituency. So that gives me opportunity to move motions on what is happening in Zamfara and make laws that will impact people in Ekiti, and then move motions on things that happen in the southeast. So it gives you a well-rounded, representation. So that I attribute it to that, and also my colleagues are having experienced this friendship, this bonding, this relationship, and also seeing that I'm dedicated and I'm focused and I'm hardworking in what I'm doing. I did not find it difficult in unanimously, which was the first time it was happening in the House of Representatives. It has never happened before, where 360 members will come together and say, "We want you to be our deputy speaker." Nobody voted against me. So again, that makes it easy for me to relate with all of them, because I can't discriminate because you voted for me, this one didn't vote for me. Since all of them voted for me, they are all my friends, and I attend to them equally without discrimination. So that is those are the factors I can ascribe what we have achieved so far to.
All right. The second part is we would like to know the major takeaways from the recently signed Southeast Development Commission with regards to addressing the marginalization of the region.
To be honest, whenever I hear this topic, I feel elated. So far, it remains the biggest achievement of my political career. Biggest, in the sense that it's not about me, not about Bende Federal Constituency, but about a people that has gone through war and almost forgotten that they needed to heal. About people who have been surrounded with the rumors of marginalization, alienation from the center. About the people who have been surrounded with the rumors of non-inclusion, of discrimination, people seen to be anti the growth of Nigeria. And based on this, the ability of successive governments to attend to promise made in 1970 for the reconciliation, for the reintegration, for the rehabilitation and reconstruction of the region. I found it difficult to keep that. Time and again, government after government, from the time of President Gowon, who was the head of state then, this promise have not been kept. And because of this inability to keep the promise, agitation has been bettered. And the youths are meant to see the evidence of the war and the stories told by their parents of the pain that they passed through. And what this leaves in the heart of this one is nothing but pain and the desire either to retaliate or to be compensated or to heal or to be reintegrated. When you hear that only 20 pounds was left in the account of your parents, even when they were billionaires and millionaires after the war, it hurts you. And when you see individuals from your region using their personal money to build roads that ought to have been built by government, building airports that ought to have been built by government, building schools with community contributed fund, it makes you feel, are we part of this government or are we not? So that gave birth to MASOP, IPOB, and all the rest of them. And when I joined politics, it was my desire to see how, we'll jointly bring the region into the main grid of power. And because of the benefit I know that comes with that. To be honest, we have done self-help for too long using our entrepreneurial skill. It's about time government shows that we are part of Nigeria, and no president had the courage to reintegrate the Igbos, to reconcile the Igbos, to rehabilitate the Igbos, to reconstruct the Igbos. This land that was damaged by civil war. Nobody had the courage to do that, except this current president. So this bill appeared 8th Assembly and did not survive. Appeared 9th Assembly, I was there, it failed. We refused to give up. I came back and I took up the bill and I dusted it, pruned it, removed certain things, expanded it, and made it more specific. And the explanatory memorandum of that bill says, this bill has become act now, establishes the Southeast Development Commission charged with the responsibility, among other things, to receive and manage funds from allocations of the Federation accounts. Very important for the reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads, houses, and other infrastructural damages suffered by the region as a result of the effect of the Civil War, as well as tackle the ecological problems and other related environmental and developmental challenges in the South. It's specific. I cleaned it up and I made it specific without mincing words. It's about Civil War and the damage of Civil War, and it's about using money from the Federation account to be able to do the intervention that borders on infrastructural development, ecological needs, because the Southeast remains the ecological headquarters of the world. Erosion headquarters of the world is in Anambra State, which is in Southeast. This is the fact. And there is no amount of money they will contribute in the communities that will be able to solve that. In Uzuakole here, my own federal constituency, about 10 minutes drive from where my house is, the landslide that is happening there, if not attended to, will empty the entire community of Uzuakole and encroach into Ozitem and encroach into Bende. We don't have the money to do that. So we needed that Federation account to be able to make this intervention. And I went lobbying. I didn't go coercing people. I didn't go threatening people. I didn't go saying, if you don't do it, I will shoot you. I will close the market. I will close schools. I didn't do all that. Because I believe with non-kinetic approach, you go farther than your kinetic approach. Kinetic says war. Non-kinetic says jaw. Convince the people, get them to buy, the content of what you are selling, making them see reason. That was what I did with my members. And because they believe in me and they have trust in me. And then I crossed over to the Senate and I said, we can achieve this if you don't support us. And the Senate came on board. And after that, we went to the presidency. And I want to thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You were here. You were the one who interviewed me before the election. That went viral and they started shooting at my offices. And because I opened the office for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then he was not the president, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and myself for our campaign. We were using it to rock the federal constituency. They came and wanted to silence me because I made it clear then that what Nigeria was in need of was him as president. And I tried to trace the history of how he included an Igbo man in his executive cabinet as far back as when he was governor, which was difficult to take place around other parts of the country. And I said, we needed a nationalist to lead the country, somebody who is not so, tribe oriented. We need a leader that was people oriented. Others would have said the Southeast did not give me votes, and for that reason, I will not give you the development commission. It happened before when we were said, because you voted less, you will get less. But this man came and said, though you gave me less, I will give you more, because I'm a leader with the face of humanity, and it's not about your vote. It's more about what you need, and more about fairness, equity, good conscience, and justice. And he shocked the region by showing them a love that knows no bounds. People don't know that what is coming with this particular platform will take us from where we are to where we ought to be. And leveraging the ingenuity and innovative mindedness of Ndibo, you'll be shocked that the money coming from the Federation account is not just going to be what we are going to rely on. We are going to open up other channels for non-governmental organizations, development agencies around the world to come on board using that platform to develop our place. And you are going to see what we'll do with it. We are rich in gas in this area. We are going to build, industrial parks that will be powered by gas.
All right, we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue where we stop.
Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil is as durable as titanium.
This is ABN TV, where the world is on your screen, bringing you news like you've never seen. From headlines to highlights, we are your guide. ABN TV. Let's take you for a ride. Your stories, your world, your channel. ABN TV.
All right, welcome back again on this political perspective today. Well, still with me is the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the 10th Assembly, and the member representing Bende Federal Constituency. His Excellency, you have passionately carried on with the peace in the Southeast project, ISP, but nothing seems to be heard about it again recently. What is the state of the project?
How can you say nothing seems to be heard about it again? The Southeast, East and Southeast project was instrumental in lobbying for Southeast Development Commission. The lobbying tools that we used was from Peace and Southeast project. The team that went around lobbying members, we are members of Peace and Southeast projects, and to lobby 360 members and that of the Senate is not the job that one man can handle within the space of time that we push for this. We took the Southeast Development Commission as a platform for our non-kinetic intervention. If you look at the thematic areas of our East and Southeast, you will see agriculture is there. You see education there, engagement in education. You will see youth and entertainment, sports and entertainment. You see commerce and industry. You see infrastructural development. All of them are there. Culture and tourism, and governance and leadership. All this, including the final one, which is reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reintegration. This is the core issue that the Southeast Development Commission seeks to achieve. The Southeast Development Commission is not hanging without standing on something. Is standing on these thematic areas of the Peace in Southeast project, and vice versa. The tool with which the Peace in Southeast project wants to draw in peace, reduce insecurity, increase security, bring in development, achieve this agenda of education, agriculture, culture and tourism, youth development, reconciliation, reconstruction, and all the rest of them are mentioned in that piece of act of parliament. So we took it as our number one on the priority list of the Peace in Southeast project to lobby, like it's done in America, like it's done all over the world. When you have a piece of legislation, you send lobbies around to push for it to happen. So that was the first task of the Peace in Southeast project, and we have achieved it. And we did that within 7 months. We were inaugurated on the 29th of December. Today is the 29th of July. That means just 7 months. So in 7 months, we've been able to achieve what, 54 years of governance in Nigeria was not able to lobby through. If you don't call that a major achievement, I wonder what is. So if you say you've not heard anything about it, it means that you didn't understand the thematic area of the Peace in Southeast project and the agenda and the mission of the Peace in Southeast area. The mission is about developing this area. It was specific. It's tailored for the Southeast, not for a state, not for Bend, it's for the Southeast. And with this vehicle that has been vetted by the president through the intervention of the parliament, we can now drive the agenda of the Peace in Southeast smoothly. So, and while waiting for this bill to happen, we've been busy showing interventions around. You may recall that recently we did Peace, Food for Peace initiative, where we shared a lot of food, and because a hungry man is an angry man. So all those radicalized ones who feel unhappy, if they leave their homes in the morning seeing food that has been brought by an organization that is asking for a non-kinetic approach, they are bound to listen more than they are hungry and you are telling them stories. They don't have time to listen to non-kinetic. They will just look for how do we feed ourselves. So that was why we partner with some companies that are involved in CSR and say, we need you to bring in food. Let's give to people and come them. People like Dangote Group supported, even NNPC, they supported, and various others. And that helped a lot. Beyond that, we try to also reach out to those who are victims of this insecurity, especially the widows who have suffered because their husband, in the course of their duty as policemen or military men, we are gone down, leaving their children and themselves, to wander into the future. So we try to identify with them, and we have raised funds. And this fund that we raise, maybe from next week or so, we'll start the distribution of the funds across most of the victims of insecurity, especially the widows and their children. So we've been making interventions, but we're also waiting for intervention from my office that have been allocated to a particular agency of government for the purposes of, driving the agenda of this Peace in Southeast. Beyond that, the Peace in Southeast also believes in having a platform where we can do more public engagement, community engagement, a forum that will help us to, skill up the skills of our children, and that was why we created what we call the Community Enterprise Digital Hub. As we speak now, we are building in 5 states of the Southeast in partnership with the NICOMSAT. NICOMSAT is in charge of our internet space. They are in charge of our space, and they're going to provide the Wi-Fi, the connectivity of this platform. As we speak, the construction is going. And I had a meeting yesterday with the contractor, and he's expecting some of the machines coming from China for the construction. And we are expanding it. This is the first phase of it, and the trial phase of it. After that, we're expanding it to all the federal constituencies in the region, and then from there we're going to other parts of Nigeria. So it's a hub where you have the e-learning captured there, the mobile health captured there, e-commerce, e-government captured. So we want a situation where you get about 50 to 100 people in a room, and you have lectures being given to them from all the way from the United States of America, all other parts of the country, teaching them on how to do maybe programming, software development, and all the rest of them. So, and it will be an information center as well, where what government does, is being showcased on the screens there, or through the public addressing system there. Because the more you communicate, the more transparent you become. Most of these people who are agitating is because they don't really know the workings of government, how far we have gone with our policy formulation and implementation, timelines, and all of that. So you need communication center. So the hub will serve as a communication center around the region. So if there's anything government is doing, they are the first to hear it and get to be aware. And if there's anything they want government to hear, they drop it there, and the next minute it is with us in the parliament, it is with us, the executive will have access to it. So we believe that will be an integration or integrating platform to bring everybody together, and those who stay together hardly destroy what they have built in unity and in peace, because unity increases peace also increases unity. So the more people come together to engage, the more people come together to interact, the more they bond, the more they see the reason to live with one another, the more they see the reason to maintain peace and unity and the value that comes with it. So that is one of the things that we are working on. So expect at any moment from now, grants are going to be given by this Peace in Southeast project once the money that we are working on comes on board. And this grant will be given to youths who are involved in entrepreneurial skills, because we have observed that most of those boys who are carrying guns is because they don't have any other way to survive. They are just doing that out of desperation. And instead of shooting them and killing them, which is what I beg the government, and government has listened to me, instead of shooting them using the kinetic way, you shoot, I shoot, and I'm saying, please drop your gun. We have another thing that can get you busy, and that thing is, maybe through proper training, de-radicalize you, engage you with something that is of greater value, and also fund you. We'll give you a little fund. Remember in the days of amnesty in the Niger Delta, how it helped to calm down. So that's what we are bringing on board. Some of these boys who are in the bush, radicalized, we're going to bring them out, equip them, give them life, source of livelihood, and that will help us to calm the insecurity in our area. So, peace in Southeast is actually a good tool that we're using as being very strategic in achieving all these outcomes.
All right, personally, I've been following your activities from the 9th Assembly to the 10th Assembly. Very, very wonderful, and I'll give it to you. I see most of the presentation as something that is good, and people over there have been watching the activities. All right, now I want to ask you this question: what specific action have you taken to secure the release of Nnamdi Kalu, and what have been outcome so far?
Let me share this beautiful experience I had with Nnamdi Kalu when I visited him. Many people think Nnamdi Kalu is a monster. He's not a monster. Nnamdi Kalu was very warm when I met him. Nnamdi Kalu embraced me when he met me. We were meeting for the first time. I've been working for his release from the back door, and I didn't bother meeting him. But at the point, we needed to meet each other. And when I met him, it felt like he saw his own brother, and embraced me and opened up to me. And he commended me for Peace in Southeast project. And he told me that once he's out, he's going to be one of the champions of Peace in Southeast projects. He told me that he's interested in peace. He has seen it as a tool to heal the land. He has seen it as a tool to develop our place. So that is. I saw a man with a beautiful mind, and willing to, he was tired of the killing of people. He was tired of spilling of blood along him. He was tired of people using his name to commit havoc around the southeastern region. And he said, no, there's a paradigm shift when he's out that is going to push with me on this issue of peace. Is better than war. Peace is better than crisis and conflict. Peace is better for development. A peace in Southeast is the way to go. He said he will be on top of it, and and then he also he posed a challenge to me, and he said, "I have seen the effort you are making with regards to Southeast Development Commission. Are you sure this government is trustworthy enough to append their signature on that piece of legislation?" I said there is a shift in the way things used to be in Nigeria and now, that I believe so much in this president. He said, "You will convince me when he put his signature on this piece of legislation." He went on to say, if he signs that legislation, it means that he's intentional in his love for Ndibo. It means that he's honest in his love for Ndibo. And that will mean a lot, because I'm quoting him word for word. Because the road we are looking for is the Biafra we are seeking. The infrastructural development you are looking for, the seaports, the airports, the good schools, the good hospitals that you are looking for through that Southeast Development Commission is what we are agitating for, using the platform of Biafra or the IPOB and all that. If we can achieve that, it means we have achieved what we are looking for. And that was why when the president assented to that bill, I didn't know how to shout. I didn't know how to dance. I was dancing without any music playing. I was dancing, to show my gratitude to God first, and gratitude to the president and to the members of the parliament and my colleagues from Southeast, and also that I have convinced my brother Nnamdi Kalu that this president is different, that this president is the lover of Ndibo, and this president wants us to be developed. And I've convinced him. Those were the things playing in my mind when I was giving that my dance, and I dance every day since that time. Because when I remember that it took us 54 years to get here. Anytime I remember it, my pain will go away and I'll wear my dancing shoes. That hope has actually been renewed for Ndibo. So this renewed hope agenda of Mr. President is more visible in the hope he has renewed in the minds of every Igbo son and daughter. And we are people of gratitude. And if you see the amount of calls I've received from around the world, because Igbos are everywhere around the world, my phone has been beaming, with calls every day, and they are saying, we never believed that this will come to pass. We never believed that this government will remember us this way. And I told them it's real. I have a copy. If you are in doubt, come, I'll show you the copy of that piece of legislation. I can tell you, we will reciprocate. The Igbos will reciprocate with loyalty, with national cohesion, with more trust for this administration. The Igbos will reciprocate by not going to the streets to protest against a man who has extended hand of friendship that we have been waiting for 54 years. We will not protest. Only those who don't give honor to whom honor is due will do that. We will say thank you by not protesting to Mr. President. And we know it's our right to protest. But we also know it's our right to say thank you to a man who has shown us love. And that is a greater right to express. Policies of government are like the pregnancy of a woman, which will birth over time, not immediately. Let me repeat that. Policies of government, when formulated, they are like a pregnancy with a desire for a birth to happen. But it takes time for that birth to happen. Sometimes it's 9 months, like the normal biological pregnancy. Sometimes it is 1 year. Sometimes it is more than that. And that is why you have, phase 1 of a policy implementation, phase 2, phase 3. Even the United Nations, when they bettered the Millennium Development Goals, it was not for 1 year to begin to see results. They gave it the first 15 years. And before you know it, they renewed it now and they call it Sustainable Development Goals. And they gave it some number of years as well. So when a new government emerges, you don't suffocate that government with protests in its first 365 days. It shows that we are not reasonable as a people. There is reason even in the exercise of your right. Granted, you have a right, but there must be reasonability in the exercise of your right. Because if you don't apply reason in the exercise of your right, you may appear very unreasonable in the exercise of your right, or step on the toes of the right of the other one, which will now make you an offender, and then the law will take its place. I have a right as well not to protest. Just like I have a right to protest, I have a right not to protest. So if I say I don't want to protest, and if my people, the Igbo people, say we don't want to protest, we should not be coerced to protest. It's our right to say no to the protest, just like we can also protest. And my message to the Igbos is this: the funding of this Southeast Development Commission will come through Appropriation Act, which this same man will sign into law. If you destroy him now, a pharaoh that does not know Joseph might take over the throne and will jettison what we have achieved with Southeast Development Commission. Let us guide what we have gotten from Mr. President with our 2 hands. Let's protect his throne, and in the process, protect our region. Anybody calling us to war now, tell them we have fought enough wars. Anybody telling us to stand on the street, tell them we have stood on the street for too long. Anybody who's telling us to destroy, tell them we have destroyed ourselves and our region for too long. We should be exempted from this protest. We should be. I will always be remembered as the man who says it the way it is. When it was time for him to become president, I said it. We should join to make him president. Some listened, some did not listen. I was like the lone voice. Now I'm saying again, Igbos, do not protest. It will block us from the goodies coming for us to have a new breath of life. in this region. Allow those who are strong, who feels that the government has offended them, let them go and protest. But let them be justified in doing so. And let their justification be that 1 year is enough for a new government to plug the moon from the sky and to discover the hidden diamonds underneath the earth for them. And while doing that, they should please tell me which president that was able to do that. They should tell me. They should show me whether Goodluck Jonathan was able to do that within 1 year. They should show me if Buhari was able to do that within 1 year. They should show me if Obasanjo was able to do that within 1 year. I don't want to go into the military era because that was an aberration. And that is against human rights. But those who have run democratic setting, why they want to shout at this man and his administration within 365 days, let them be fair. We are not saying there are no problems. We are saying enormous problems are around. But it was not caused by this administration. Why do we carry the pain and the burden and the anger of the past government and want to put it on this new government that is still at the teething stage, trying to learn how to crawl and how to walk? And we want to suffocate it now. I think it is not the best of all cause for us to decide that which I know is our right. Can we interpret our rights in a different dimension? Think of what you can do for this country, not just what this country will do for you. Are you adding your quota? Are you sure you are adding your quota in the nation building? Are you adding your brick to nation building? These are questions that those who are organizing these particular protests should look into, and let them be sure that it will not be hijacked by the enemies of this government. Because we have heard stories that many want to hijack it. Do not destroy the things you destroy in Lagos the last time, and the Igbos will be blamed. Igbos, stay away. Igbos, stay in your houses. You'll be used as an scapegoat. They will target you and they will waste you. Igbos, we have died enough. Our blood has filled the street enough. Allow those who feel they can do it, let them go and do it. We'll be strong enough. For this protest, let us be weak now. Let those ones who are strong, let them stand on the street. Igbos, be weak now to sit at home. If there's any sit at home that will be effective, not the one you have done on Mondays, let it be the one that will happen at this protest. As one of the leaders of this country, and as one of the leaders from the southeastern region that you love and you have confidence in, I am telling you, if you have never shown weakness before, let it be shown now. Igbos, we have shown strength in civil war. We have shown strength in agitation. We have shown strength in fighting for IPOB and MASOB and all the rest of them. In sitting at home, please be weak now. Because they were looking for opportunity to slaughter you. Sit at home. Nnamdi Kalu that I met is against this protest. Nnamdi Kalu that I met, who loves peace, who says he's coming out to join the peace crusade for the region. Nnamdi Kalu wants peace. So all of you who claim you love Nnamdi Kalu, if I see you on the street that day, you are the hater of Nnamdi Kalu. It's time to prove it. If you love Nnamdi Kalu and you want us to bring out Nnamdi Kalu like we are working hard, support this my advocacy that you should not be on the street. The lovers of Nnamdi Kalu should not be on the street because you're going to make it more difficult for us who are working hard to bring him out. He doesn't want you to be on the street. Nnamdi Kalu doesn't want you to go and be protesting, especially now that the man has signed, the president has signed the Southeast Development Commission. What are you going to be on the street? Is that we have to say thank you? That is not what our mothers and our fathers taught us on how to appreciate somebody who has been good to us. So please, let me tell you, they will slaughter you if you go to the street. Please don't go to the street. Please don't go to the street. People will find reasons to begin to hit on Ndibo. They will come to your houses and begin to stay home. Don't go out. When they don't see you on the street, they will not have any reason to come and be slaughtering you. Don't say I did not tell you. Others have traveled and left the country. Some of us who are leaders, we are brave enough to come home to give this message to you. I am in my traditional home in bed, talking to my people, engaging with them, and don't say we did not warn you. Do not join them. Be weak enough to sleep all through that day. All the days they are going to be doing is sleep. Let the strong ones be on the streets. Let us see how far they will go. That way you will prove to them that Igbos are the energy of this nation. When you sit at home, if the Igbos would agree to sit at home, you will prove a point that you are the energy of this nation. Let us see how it will be successful. The failure and the success of this will depend on how much you come to the street or you don't come to the street. Leave your social media space. Just put it there that Igbos are weak to stand on the street on this one, that we are sleeping. Put it on your social media pages that we are sleeping at home. Anybody looking for you should come to your house and see you are sleeping. Let us see those who feel they own this country more than you. Let them go to the street and protest for a government that is only 1 year in office, that is expected to do magic. Even Jesus Christ used 3 years for his ministry. And you want a human being within 1 year to solve the problem of over 20 years. That is unreasonability.
His Excellency, as one of the leaders of APC coming to your state, what efforts are you making to address the factionalization that is currently rocking the chapter?
You know, the issue of leadership and no leadership, people like the word leader. Sometimes if you ask them what are they leading, they don't know. What are they about to lead? They don't know. Where are they leading the people to? They don't know. What are they using to lead? They don't know. So that title, anybody can have it. Me, I'm not interested in that bogus title, leader. What matters to the party is a man that is strategically positioned to use such strategic position to galvanize strength for the party. Am I in such position? The answer is yes. Being the number 6 citizen of the country has positioned me to be in such strategic position where I can leverage my position to bring more numbers into the party and to lead people to the center where power of government exists. And that is what I'm doing at the moment. And factionalization is not a good tool for a progressive party like APC. And that was why I declared during the caucus meeting that factionalization is old-fashioned. You know, it is old-fashioned to do factionalization. He has not achieved anything. Anybody who is doing faction should come and show me his last result, the result of his last election. Then I'll believe that it's working. Because your result is poor, why tell me about your faction? Your faction could not do anything. Faction A, low result. B, low result. C, low result. You are part of the national grid of power. You are part of national government. Your government is at the center and you couldn't deliver the state. Because you are breaking the party into egoistic factions to reflect your own, to show you are powerful. We know you are powerful. We know you are strong. But we need the power of the people, not your individual power. Power belongs to the people. Your individual powers cannot take us anywhere. What we are interested in is the power of the people, who is able to galvanize the power of the people. That is who is a leader. Leadership is all about managing resources, both human and material, to achieve a particular objective. And in this case, your particular objective is making sure that the dividends of democracy trickle down to the grassroots. Who is able to do that should be the leader. Who is able to do that is a leader. You can be 10 answer leaders. For me, it doesn't matter. You can be 20 answer leader. If he gives you sleepless night, carry the title. That's not my concern. My concern is that I can bring the stakeholders, give them their stake, allow them to hold their stake, define their stake, energize them to make sure that their stake will transform to votes on the day of election. That to me is what matters. It's not who carries the title. The flock will always know the shepherd because they hear his word and they follow him. That is how you know a leader. A leader is not by title. A leader is by
is determined by the flocks. A leader is a shepherd. You cannot be a shepherd if your flock cannot hear your voice, understand your voice, and know the direction you are going and follow you. If you want to answer leader, but when it comes to wisdom, when you blow your whistle, does your flock follow you? That is what matters. So we are trying to raise a flock that will be able to follow us to the direction of developing our place, to the direction of good governance, the direction of bringing prosperity to our people. That to me is what matters. And I am saying no to faction. Nobody should claim I'm Benjamin Kalu's faction. I don't have any faction. And I don't belong to any. It's a wrong conversation to have with me at any time. And none of them have gotten the balls to come to me and talk about their own faction. I'm bigger than any faction. And that's the truth. Because I'm a leader in Nigeria. All the factions, they melt around me for us to move the party forward. And so all of them are my friends and my brothers. And we have disintegrated or balkanized or dissolved all the faction during our last caucus meeting, where we said, let those who are angry stop being angry. Let those who are hot forgive. And let those who have been hurt also forgive. Let those who have not forgiven find a reason to forgive. Let peace reign so that we can come together and build a party where everybody has a role to play. I can't play my role and play the role of Okezie Kalu, Senator Okezie Kalu. I can't play my role and play the role of High Chief Ikeje Menike. I can't play my role and play the role of Honorable Minister. I can't play my role and play the role of Nyerere. I can't play my role and play the role of Honorable Kiro George. All of us have the roles that we play. So let us melt it into a pot and have a single agenda to move the party forward. Because what matters to the president at the end of the day is how many votes that we're able to get from Abia State. Divided, we will fall again and again and again. But united, we will become a threat to the current government in Abia State and any other party that want to bring up their head like PDP or so. Once we are united, you can see the inflow of so many people into our party. If we have a formidable bloc, which I am working hard on, and we'll make sure we achieve that. I am spending a lot to build the grassroots. I'll build my party, all the nooks and crannies of these states and beyond in the southeastern region, to make sure that we are solid so that when we take our results to Mr. President, come 2027, it will be a result that will speak for the hard work we have put into it. So that is what it is with my party in Abia State. And I am sure if we can unite more, we will achieve more.
Still on Abia State, what's your relationship with the governor of Abia, Dr. Alex Oti? Considering that he is from the other party.
Alex Oti has been my friend for a very long time. Dr. Alex Oti has been my friend for a very long time. In his days of MD of Diamond Bank, my law firm is still was their attorney then, and still when Access took over, we are still representing Access Bank, my law firm in Lagos. So I've known him for a while now, and I call him dearly, as elder brother. My style of politics. Every government in Abia State has always received my support. When Dr. Okezie Kalu was there, I supported. When Governor T.O.G. was there, I supported. Even though I was close to Dr. Okezie Kalu, and you never saw me any day castigate the sitting governor, talk bad of him. It doesn't make him a saint, but I had my channel of reaching him. And the same thing was for my in-law, Governor Okezie Kalu. Comparatively speaking, from other governors, he's not doing badly within the 100 years in office. I give it to him, and I'm proud of him. He's my friend. In fact, we spoke today. There's barely a day we don't speak, but the issue remains: we have to push for our party to take over the state. I owe Mr. President that, and I owe my party that's giving me number 6 position that. And I'm sure the governor knows that I owe my party that. And I'm sure the governor will do the right thing at the right time.
A lot is not hard about the project we have embarked on in the constituency. And are you too preoccupied with national politics to pay attention to the infrastructure and other needs of your constituency?
It means that you've not been doing investigative journalism. It's just that we've been quiet about our projects. Not that the machines are not humming on the streets of Bende. The machines are loud. From Bende to Ugweke, from Ugweke to Item, from Item to Alaide. Machines are humming. That's the truth. Many people expect me to do like we did in my first tenure, always listing them online. But I told my people, calm down.
That's what they expect.
Yeah, I don't want them to be listing it online because there is a difference in my status now and my previous status. And remember, I have members from the state. You know, you find out that there are certain privileges I might enjoy by virtue of my position that may not be accessible in totality to other members who are from the state. And it would be wrong to compare me with them. It would be wrong. It would be a wrong measuring instrument for you to say, oh, he or someone should do this because Benjamin Kalu is doing. No, I'm a second-term member, and some of my projects are from the last term and it's spilling into this term. Oh, it would be wrong to say, oh, Ginger is not doing this, Ben Kalu is doing this. It is wrong because he's just coming and I've been there and my project are spilling over. You cannot say that for Amo Bioga. You cannot say that for Agocha. You cannot say that for Nkwanta and all the rest of them. You know, because you can't say that for Ikweche because they are just coming and I've been there. So there are certain things we put in that is only maturing now. So you can't comparing me against them will be unfair balance, so to say. So based on that, I ask my people, keep it quiet so that you don't, you know, make your colleagues look like, you know, they are not working. They are those guys are working hard. Their budget has not been funded, and once their budgets are funded, you begin to see what they've been able to, attract to their various constituencies, and we are working together as one. And I can assure you that at the end of the day, there'll be evidence to show that they have their brother as number 6 citizen of the country. You know, one way or the other, it will rub off on them. So we are working, and roads are springing up in Item, roads are springing up in Ugweke, roads are springing up in Alai, roads are springing up in Bende town, and more are coming. But I will not put it in people's faces until during the election. That is when we will now catalog them fully. But those we are doing it for are feeling the impact. If you are in doubt, go to those locations I mentioned now and ask them. And they will tell you we are breaking the jinx. It's what has not been done before. We are impressing them and we are cracking them. And that is what the presentation is all about. Needs analysis, getting the right plug, to fill the gap.
Before we let him go, we would like him to give us his last word.
My last word is Nigerians should believe in this administration. I have nothing to lose by speaking my mind and saying the truth. I have worked as a parliamentarian and as a presiding officer, and I have also related with the current president. I've had the opportunity to sit one-on-one with him. I can assure Nigerians that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, means well. Is he a saint? No. Am I his praise singer? No. But I'm saying what I've encountered. He rewards loyalty. He's a nationalist. He's a nation builder. All he's asking for when you listen to him is, I understand the pains of Nigerians. I know the time is tough and hard and rough. But if we can be patient a little bit, the foundation we are laying will become a beautiful building we all will be sheltered in. The cloth we are sewing will be a beautiful garment with the right embroideries to cover our nakedness. the food we are cooking will be done and our hunger will be fed. But I promise you, the legislative arm of government at all times will be the watchdog of the executives. We will watch them like hawk. And wherever they sleep, we will highlight that to make sure that good governance, efficiency in leadership will be highlighted as proposed by the principles of democracy and the doctrine of separation of power. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, for giving us this chance to meet you. Don't forget that all you speak, Nigerians, the whole world have listened to through our channel ABNTV. Well, my name is Okezie Kalu. Thank you for watching ABNTV for now. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handles, ABNTV on Facebook, ABNTV on Instagram, ABNTV on X, ABNTV on YouTube. Also download our app on Google Play Store and the Apple Store. Bye for now.
This is ABN TV, where the world is on your screen, bringing you news like you've never seen. From headlines to highlights, we are your guide. ABN TV. Let's take you for a ride. Your stories, your world, your channel. ABN TV.